All right, we got a real important announcement, and if we know anybody in District 11 in Georgia, we need to get this message to them. There is a MAGA fake candidate that is getting her way into office, and that is Katy Stamper. She is 100% MAGA all day, every day, and she ran as a Democrat. And because we are in the situation we are in, we are blindly voting down blue ticket, and they have people in the blue that aren't blue. Think of Joe Manchin, Kristen Sinema, and all that, but this is senators and Congress. So pay attention. This is important. The one you have to write in the District 11 in Georgia is Tracy Verhoeven. TRACEYVERHOEVEN. You need to spell it correctly, but that is the write-in candidate on every ballot you can. District 11. Make sure everyone voting in District 11 is writing in Tracy Van Hoven. Very important. I'll put the name down on the bottom so you can't misspell it. Please, ladies and gentlemen, the Republican Party is every dirty trick in the sun. We need to be aware. If it's possible to look into the history of these people, do that. Because this woman's diehard MAGA, and she got through the primary as a Democrat, playing a part of the Trump show. I know it's difficult. I know it's obnoxious. I know we shouldn't have to go to this level just to make sure what we believe in and what we want to vote for, we are actually able to vote for. There's documented cases of the Republicans putting up laws that look like they're, pro-choice laws to defend women's rights. So they word it in such a way that they don't necessarily say it's defending abortion rights, but they imply it's defending abortion rights. And the brass tacks of the actual bill is basically supporting the nationwide ban. So the descriptions and everything are written just to falsely, entice people to vote for it. And if you're in a rush and you're so excited to vote, and you see something, pro-choice, but it's not pro-choice. So we have to be careful. We have to do a little bit more research this time around. But it's worth it because it's our country. We've got a great, huge blue wave coming on. Between Taylor Swift, between Billie Eilish, and everyone else loudly and proudly supporting our next president, Kamala Harris. We still have to look out for this type of stuff. And President Biden, if you're listening, how about an executive order that if someone runs under a specific party and they don't vote along those party lines, say 80% of the time, they lose their seat for fraud, because that's what it is. Katy Stamper should not be in office. She should never be allowed to get in office, and this should be held against her for the rest of her fucking life. Same thing with, Kristen Sinema and Joe Manchin and all those people. If they get hired for the job under false pretenses, just like at a regular job, if you lie on your application, you lose your job immediately. Why doesn't that apply to Congress and Senate? Enforce that shit before you go. Put that on an executive order before you leave, before we get to this election. Executive order, bam, now. Dark Brandon, you have that authority, and you have that immunity. Don't forget that. Just saying. Stay diligent, stay educated, and be kind. We are all in this together. Even though the Republicans are the masters of the dirty trick and the fraud. We all know Russia's involved. They just came up with a whole bunch of different stuff with China, Saudi Arabia, North Korea. They're all involved in this election, this one right now. So make sure your voter registration is done right. Make sure the information that is on file for you is correct. They're not trying to change it once. They'll try and change it 5, 6 times before Election Day, because that's the type of scumbags we're dealing with. You know, everything they blame on the Democrats, we can pretty much be damn sure they're doing. Them blaming the Democrats is their way of numbing that pain. So when it comes time to question that, they could say, see, they're blaming us for what they do. It's all the head games for the MAGA masses. And it works on them. And MAGA, wake the fuck up and start putting America first. Not Trump first, or Republicans first. America first.